There's respect for older people that you don't find in many of the Western cultures. So I colored my hair back in the home country, and it wasn't necessarily that I had trouble finding the hair color here. It's just I realized, people will treat me a little bit differently if I have gray hair. That's what some of my new friends here said. Oh, just let it go, and because then they'll invite you to sit up front in the Songtowns in the air conditioning. And that's true. You do get invited to sit next to the driver in his air conditioned cab rather than being in the back of the pickup truck as it drives around.
But that's one of the cultural things too you aren't used to here in this country, in our home country, is sometimes the personal questions you get asked, and it's all part of the Thai mentality of the structure. How does everybody relate to everybody else in terms of seniority, position in life? So it's like, how old are you?
That's usually one of the first questions.
How many brothers and sisters do you have? What do you do for a living? How much money do you make? And so they're trying to sort out their mind relative to them and their peer group and your peer group. Where do you fit into this whole structure that they're used to living in? And it's very important to them. And sometimes people take it the wrong way, but they really want to know, because that's how they sort things out in their lives. Relationships.
I found that with my Western lady friends, we develop some of the same patterns of conversation that the Thai people do. For example, I go to a lunch and I've got a new outfit on, and everybody's admiring it. And if I don't say, in the West we say, "Oh, I'm glad you like it. I got it at Central Department Store." If your next word is, "And I paid 850 baht for it," if it's not how much you pay, that's going to be the next question from my Western friends that live here. Whereas back in the U.S., we never would have said, or it would. Do you mind if I ask how much you paid for it? Not volunteered that you talk about how much you pay for something. In the West, we talk about weather a lot in making small talk. Here, the Thai people don't talk about weather. They talk about food. And we find us doing the same thing with our Western friends about, where did you eat last night? What did you have? And these are the sort of things that Thai people will ask in small talk, rather than, it's hot enough for you today. Instead, it's, have you eaten yet?
Standard greeting.
Yeah, the standard greeting is, have you eaten yet? and occasionally, Thai people that don't understand our culture but do speak some English will try to ask that question in English. Like, I walk into the health club, and the attendant there will say, "Oh, hi, how are you? Have you eaten yet?" And you're like, "No, why? Is there a buffet? Are we having a party here at the health club today?"